Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Deve Bhagavan Pachami Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Pradesh Arni Joshi Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Prabhupada Vachanam Shri Guru Param Paramananda Shri Chaitanya Gurudev Gopachandra Adhikari Tudali Krishna Krishna Ishan Sodani Lakshmi Yasodakshami Yasyasti Reyes Vipamasini Yonta Pravisham Majanam Prasad Sanjipiyatya Shakti Dhanasudhamya Radhi Pranam Jiguru Harivanya Krishna Chitto Chinto Parita Geha Danda Sansara Kupa Prabhu Bhajana Sukhabto Manjin Samsa Krishna Pujan Vikas. So Hare Krishna. So we are going to start now. I'll take this one. ISKCON is Gaura Leela. The mission of the Guru is the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Reference 933, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, 24th chapter, 48th text purport. And Srila Prabhupada's mission, which he bequeathed to ISKCON, is the same as that of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My mission is in the line of Lord Chaitanya, who preached God consciousness all over the country. His mission is to revive God consciousness all over the world on the basis of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's 934 letter dated 3rd August 1968. Our mission is to establish the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Reference 935, lecture 28 March 1975. Considering that, quote, the Sankirtan movement inaugurated by Lord Chaitanya is a transcendental pastime of the Lord. Reference 936, from Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, chapter 17. Considering that the Sankirtan movement inaugurated by Lord Chaitanya is a transcendental pastime of the Lord, to the extent that ISKCON is in line with the principles of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is a continuation of Gaura Leela. The present Krishna consciousness movement is not different from the pastimes performed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was personally present, but the same principles are followed and the same actions performed without faith. Reference 937, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela, chapter 5, text 88. ISKCON is meant for fulfilling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission of preaching Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to preach the Sankirtan movement, love of Krishna throughout the entire world. Therefore, during his presence, he inspired the Sankirtan movement. Specifically, he sent Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami to Vrindavan, Nityananda Prabhu to Bengal, and personally went to South India. In this way, he kindly left the task of preaching his cult in the rest of the world to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Verse 938, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 7, text 171. Following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Krishna Consciousness movement is distributing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and inducing people all over the world to chant. Since the Lord wanted this cult preached all over the world, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness is acting in a humble way so that the vision of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may be fulfilled all over the world, especially in the Western countries. 939 reference, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 16, text 19. The entire Kali Yuga is full of faults. It is like an unlimited ocean of faults. But the Krishna consciousness movement is very authorized. Therefore, following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who 500 years ago inaugurated the movement of Sankirtan, Krishna Kirtan, we are trying to introduce this movement according to superior orders all over the world. 940 reference, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 14, Text 4. Succinctly, the entire Krishna consciousness movement is based on the principles of the Sankirtan movement inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya. Text 941, reference 941, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, text, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, text 38. And by following these principles, the current Krishna consciousness movement, and by following these principles, the current Krishna consciousness movement can be almost as potent as when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was directly present. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. There cannot be anyone who can compare to him or his potencies. However, because we are following in his footsteps and also chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the effect is almost as potent as during the time of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 942 reference, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, Chapter 9, text 7 and 8. Indeed, today's moment can even exceed what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally affected by identifying ISKCON as, quote, one of the branches of the Chaitanya tree. 943, reference, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, Chapter 9, text 18, purport. See this chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita for explanation of Chaitanya tree. Srila Prabhupada saw that via this major contemporary branch, Gaur Leela is again being enacted. As previously, Dino Hino Jata Chilo Hariname Udharilo. Reference 944, Narottam Das Thakur, Ishtadeva Vigyapti, verse 3 in the songs of Vaishnava Acharyas. As previously, Dino Hino Jata Chilo Hariname Udharilo, fallen sinful rascals are being uplifted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dispensation of the holy names. But this upliftment is going on even when more force, with even more force, and thus this movement is, in that sense, even more than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Now you can see how strong is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. Many thousands of Jagais and Madhais are being delivered. His movement is greater than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally delivered 2 Jagai Madhais. Now by his movement, thousands of Jagai Madhais are being delivered. 945 reference, lecture dated 21st September 1973. Actually, I would like to say, I was thinking whether to tell you or not, but I will tell it. Maybe Maharaj would have written somewhere here. You all know Madhu Pandit Das, Madhu Pandit Ji. He said that this Akshay Patra is actually what is that? Is the Gaur Leela of Kali Yuga, he said. Such an offensive statement. Feeding midday meals, feeding the poor is considered as part of Gaur Leela, he's saying. So that is not part of Chaitanya tree. Ritvikism is not part of Chaitanya tree. Actually, I wanted to ask this to Guru Maharaj. This particular question, Ritvik Mayavad is part of Chaitanya tree or not? Okay, anyhow. Okay, I will request. Paramatmananda Prabhu is there? No, he's not there. Okay. Rupananda Prabhu, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada is ISKCON, concentrating his energies and hopes into the great institution. Reference letter dated 15 October 1969 and letter 1st November 1974. He called ISKCON Srila Prabhupada. He called ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada enjoined his disciples, not for a single moment shall we be without ISKCON thoughts. Reference 947, letter dated 1st September 1971. We should always think how to develop this Krishna consciousness movement. 30, reference 948. Conversation, India, unknown date. Dayanand Das musings on Srila Prabhupada's relation to ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada organized or managed this ISKCON organization. He put this organization together. For the most part, it was his doing. He had many assistants and disciples who were eager to help and did many glorious services, and who also assisted in the organization, helped collect money, and helped to encourage followers and disciples and friends. But I feel that any objective and unbiased observer will agree that the whole ISKCON organization was of Prabhupada's manufacture. It was definitely Prabhupada who was the mastermind. Not that he just planted the seed, but he was so much involved in the whole organization, traveling from place to place, constantly giving advice, consultation, personal involvement, setting goals, making decisions, even down to sometimes making minor decisions. In so many ways, he was responsible for this organization. So I feel that it means that the organization is important, that ISKCON is important, that even the concept of organization is important. Not that we are fanatic about organization or militancy or system or something like that, but we know that Prabhupada is very attached to seeing an organization and having an organization that he emphasized by this action, that big preaching can be accomplished through organization. Reference 949, Dayanand Das, Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit interview. Indeed, Srila Prabhupada identified ISKCON with his very self, as in his well known statement, reference 950, Sri Tamal Krishna Goswami, Vyas Puja offering 1997. ISKCON is my body. Reference 951. I bid.
It means the same thing. Here, 950,
Same.
what you read, we read, Tamal Krishna Goswami Vyasa Puja offering, the same thing.
Same.
Yeah.
And the even more emphatic, I am ISKCON. Reference 952. Conversation dated 3rd January 1976. He explained this in relation to Krishna's being the source of everything. If I say that I am ISKCON, what is the wrong there? Because I have created this. Therefore, I say ISKCON means I. I am ISKCON. It is like that. By the energy of Krishna, everything has come out. Therefore, he says, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. Because everything has come from Krishna. Reference the same, 953. With a similar analogy, Srila Prabhupada explained how he, a localized individual, can simultaneously be ISKCON an organization spread worldwide. When Krishna said, Maya tatam idam, Bhagavad Gita 9.4, Maya means I am there. Just like if I say that it is I who have expanded all over the world by this Hare Krishna movement, that is a fact. This Hare Krishna movement means I am spread by spreading this movement. Krishna says, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakt murti naha. So the same example we can give that in all my branches, 110 branches, they worship me as their guru. Matasthani sarva bhutani. Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Everything is existing on my management. Naham
Wow.
teshu avastitaha. But I am not there. It is a fact. All these 110 branches are going on under my direction, but not that I am present everywhere. Reference 954, conversation dated 26 December 1976. Even when not directly with him, Srila Prabhupada's disciple felt his presence in everything they did, as his desire, his order, his Krishna consciousness permeated and electrified the whole movement. And thus, when Kedar Das said, I think you are Mr. ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada agreed. Yes, I am Mr. ISKCON. Reference 955, Kedar Das in Prabhupada's Memory, Volume 76. Harishori Das offered an explanation of this phenomena. ISKCON is a reflection of Srila Prabhupada. It is whatever he has made it. Reference 956, Harishori Das, uh, Transcendental Diaries, Volume 5, Chapter 3. Yet, although Srila Prabhupada is ISKCON, it is not wholly and solely constituted of him. For a movement consists of members, and thus the Hare Krishna movement in the West factually started not on Srila Prabhupada's arrival, but when people began to join him. Hence, every member of ISKCON share in its existence and in Srila Prabhupada's existence, as Srila Prabhupada himself humbly disclosed. You are all my limbs of my body. Unless you cooperate, my life will be useless. The senses and life are correlative. Without life, the senses cannot act, and without senses, life is inactive. Reference letter dated 17 July 1968. Only Srila Prabhupada can say, I am ISKCON. But every follower can say, I am ISKCON. I am of Srila Prabhupada. The members of ISKCON share in Srila Prabhupada's existence in the same way that the jivas are in one sense non-different from Krishna, being his parts and parcels. Reference 958. See Bhagavad Gita 15.7. Members of ISKCON are united in service to Srila Prabhupada, and by their faith in his purity, his words, his vision, and his plans. ISKCON runs on faith in Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya. With the definite purpose to spread Krishna consciousness to every town and village in the world, Srila Prabhupada formed the International Society for Krishna Consciousness and designated himself as its founder Acharya. He explained the
It's not,
meaning of this
it's not, it's not founder Acharya, it is founder Acharya.
founder Acharya.
Okay, founder
He, expl-
Acharya. Mm.
he explained the meaning of this term. Yato anvayaditiradascha artheshu abhigyat swarat. Abhigya swarat. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1. Just like if I am taken as the origin of this Krishna consciousness movement, that means I know everything directly and indirectly of all this movement. If I do not know directly or indirectly everything of this movement, then I cannot be called the founder Acharya. Reference lecture dated 21st February 1975. Founder describes Srila Prabhupada's seminal role in establishing ISKCON. He was the founder in as much as ISKCON was his brainchild. He got it legally established, and as would be done for other multinational corporations, he gave the movement its own acronym ISKCON and first board of director the GBC and served as its first CEO. Reference 960. Tamal Krishna Goswami, a Hare Krishna at Southern Methodist University, page number 262. Another important facet of Srila Prabhupada's being ISKCON's founder is that he directly oversaw its initial development. He personally inaugurated the programs that were to form the basis of ISKCON's expansion, production, and distribution of transcendental books, Harinam Sankirtan, temples and ashrams, prasada distribution, Krishna conscious farm communities, gurukulas, preaching to scientists and scholars, etc. Srila Prabhupada made the first life member. He was the first pujari. He was the first Harinam Sankirtan leader. He was our first temple president, our first treasurer, our first cook, our first server. Everything that we do to this day, Srila Prabhupada did it first. Reference 961. Madhu Dvisa Das quoted in
Madhudisha.
Veda base.
Madhudisha.
Madhu Dvisa Das. As ISKCON's founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada set the tone and direction that he desired for his movement for the next 10,000 years and must be considered its supreme authority, perfectly crafting this society for delivering the conditioned souls. He created the very foundation, function, and vision of ISKCON as a global community aiming for the re-spiritualization of the entire human society.
Re-spiritualization. Spiritualization.
Re-spiritualization of the entire human society. Reference 962. This sentence is adopted from Ravindra Swarup Das, Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Page 9, Re-spiritualization, Srimad Bhagavatam Preface. Kripamaya Das thoughtfully commented on Srila Prabhupada's providing the foundation of ISKCON. Before a building is constructed, the workers must dig the foundation. Although the building eventually grows in an upward direction, the foundation is built downward. This can be confusing for those who know little of building. When you want the building to go up, why dig in the opposite direction? But without a solid foundation, any building will simply collapse at the first tremor. And when the building is intended to be very tall, strong, and long lasting, then the foundation must be made even deeper. Your careful and detailed instruction on sadhana, philosophical teaching, preaching, and management practices constitute the deep foundation for your ISKCON building. Srila Prabhupada, you wanted to build a movement that was strong and powerful and that would last long enough to carry forward the mission you started. You repeated the same instruction on many occasions, on many continents, just so we could understand what you really wanted. Reference 963. Kripamaya Das, Bhakti Vedanta Menor, Vyas Puja Offering 2001. During his tenure as the movement's first Acharya, Srila Prabhupada was simultaneously ISKCON's high priest, guardian of traditions, keeper of sacred knowledge, custodian of the holy law, chief justice, administrator, teacher, scholar, patron of the arts, and theologian. His personality, message, and mission are unarguably central to the movement he established. 964. Reference. Tamal Krishna Goswami, a Hare Krishna at Southern Methodist University, page number 261 to. The particular significance of the word Acharya in founder Acharya lies in Srila Prabhupada's being the seminal Acharya for ISKCON for all generations to come, and his continuing significance in the life of ISKCON. For members of ISKCON, it is Srila Prabhupada's book that must remain central. His behavior to be recognized as the paramount exemplar of saintliness, his outlook to be accepted on social and spiritual issues, morality, education, welfare work, etc. His vision to be refined and his standards to be upheld, chanting daily minimum 16 rounds of the Mahamantra, following four regulations to avoid sinful life, attending a full morning program, and so on. Thus, founder Acharya is much more than a title, accorded to offer respect, although Srila Prabhupada insisted that it is to be respected. In July 1974, he had a topmost urgency notice sent out to all temples with the instructions: amendments to be immediately added to all official registration documents, constitutions, incorporations papers, etc. The first amendment read as follows. It is
As follows.
read as follows. It is declared that His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He is the supreme authority in all matters of the society. His position cannot be occupied by anyone else, and his name and title must appear on all documents, letterheads, publications, and buildings of the society. In particular, it shall be clearly understood that no real estate may be purchased or sold by any officer of the society without the express permission of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. A few months later, he iterated, our system is to keep the name of the founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, on all registrations document as well as all stationery, books, and publications. Reference letter dated 13 November 1974.
Okay, Prabhu.
All thank you.
Okay,
Praise.
thank you. The whole ISKCON Bangalore case versus Bombay case is the same thing. Whole thing is about this. Okay, anyhow. Sorry, Prabhu. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Jagannath Chandra Babu, are you there? No, he is not there. Okay, Prabhu, Shamsaka Prabhu, you can read. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, please continue.
Okay, Prabhu. Also, Srila Prabhupada's portrait photograph was included in the frontispiece of every book published in his name and was featured on every altar in every temple and on the large seat, the Vyasasana, at the rear of every temple. Reference 966 Kripamaya Dasa, The Guru and Disciple Book, page 317. Shortly before his departure from this world, Srila Prabhupada stated that the GBC should see that no one whimsically change the name Founder Acharya. Reference 967, Secretary's Letter, 27 March 1977. Prior to this, in 1970, when ISKCON Press in Boston misprinted Prabhupada's name on a new book, he became deeply disturbed. The small paperback chapter from the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam bore his name on the cover as simply A.C. Bhaktivedanta. Omitted was the customary His Divine Grace, as well as Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's name stood almost divested of spiritual significance. Another ISKCON Press publication described Prabhupada as Acharya of ISKCON, although Prabhupada had repeatedly emphasized that he was the founder Acharya. There had been many Acharyas or spiritual masters, and there would be many more. But His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was the sole founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Reference 968 Satswarupa Dasa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, Chapter 31, A Threat Against ISKCON. That Srila Prabhupada stressed his position as the founder Acharya of ISKCON indicates that it is incumbent upon his followers to understand his mood and mission and to adopt his mood in attempting to fulfill his mission. Undoubtedly, Krishna consciousness can be expressed in various ways, and even before Srila Prabhupada founded ISKCON, there were innumerable expressions of Krishna consciousness in India. ISKCON, however, is meant for practicing and propagating Krishna consciousness according to the manner given by Srila Prabhupada. That Srila Prabhupada is the founder Acharya means that he is to be kept in the center. I wish that each and every branch shall keep their independent identity and cooperate, keeping the Acharya in the center. On this principle, we can open any number of branches all over the world. The Ramakrishna Mission works on this principle, and thus, as an organization, they have done wonderfully. Reference 969, letter 11th February 1967. The analogy is clear. Just as in the Ramakrishna mission, the original Acharya remains the central figure for all time. Similarly, the success of ISKCON depends on understanding how Srila Prabhupada is in the center of our lives and our society, and knowing how to keep him in that essential role. Reference 970. GBC Executive Committee in Ravindra Swarupa Dasa, Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, page 9. Hence, it is essential that our movement firmly establishes Srila Prabhupada's position as the founder Acharya, as well as his relevance as Siksha Guru for all within ISKCON, now and into the future. It is our...
Okay, one second.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Maria Maharaj is writing, hence it is essential that our movement firmly establishes Srila Prabhupada's position as the founder Acharya as well as his relevance as Siksha Guru for all within ISKCON, not Diksha Guru.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes,
It
Prabhu.
is our duty as followers to establish him and his realizations of Krishna consciousness in the form of his books, lectures, and so on, in such a way that it will be clear to all generations of devotees to come that Srila Prabhupada has the most important role to play in their lives. Ravindra Swarupa Das thus summarized his understanding of the significance of the term founder Acharya. Srila Prabhupada continues to aid all in ISKCON who come after him, that is his visible legacy, the inheritance bequeathed upon generation after generation of beneficiaries. Although a devotee properly receives initiation by the mercy of his or her Diksha Guru, ISKCON's founder Acharya has provided both that Guru and that disciple with immense facilities to enable robust spiritual advancement. His volumes of books in over 50 languages to begin with, temples with properly installed deities, served daily with devotion, a calendar chock full with regular and occasional classes, lectures, seminars, kirtanas, and festivals to provide knowledge, wisdom, inspiration, and encouragement.
Inspiration.
Inspiration and encouragement, abundant opportunities for engagement in varieties of services, utilizing all kinds of talents and aptitudes, facilities to visit transcendent places of Vaishnava pilgrimage, and hundreds of embassies of the spiritual world positioned around the globe, providing gateways opening on the passageways leading back to Godhead. All this and more has been provided for us by our all this and more has been provided for us by our ISKCON founder Acharya, and any present or future Diksha Guru has all this simply given for the deliverance of disciples. Such is Srila Prabhupada's great legacy to all. Our only task is to open our arms to receive it. In short, such continuing mercy made available generation after generation seems to me to be the meaning of founder Acharya. Reference 971. The above quote is from an essay in which Ravindra Swarupa Dasa responds to criticisms of his pamphlet Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. For ISKCON members, being in Krishna consciousness means being connected with Srila Prabhupada by knowing and following his teachings. All activities in ISKCON, hearing, chanting, serving deities, preaching, and so on, revolve around or held together by and gain life and meaning from the spirit of service to Srila Prabhupada. Indeed, the significance of Srila Prabhupada being its founder Acharya means that ISKCON should be nothing but the manifestation of the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada, of all that he desired, mandated, and worked hard for. If it is anything else, it is not truly ISKCON. Reference 972. Reference 972. While Srila Prabhupada envisaged ISKCON as the main medium for spreading Krishna consciousness worldwide, he also made allowance for devotees to be independent of ISKCON and still be counted as his followers. See Appendix 3, Non-ISKCON Disciples. Although ISKCON's aim might broadly concur with that of other Gaudiya groups, the defining difference is that ISKCON members follow the Acharyas up to Lord Chaitanya via and under the tutelage of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recognizing his unique position and being committed to faithfully serve his mission. In the words of Satswarupa Dasa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada's authority, if examined, is utterly unquestionable, but has to be broadcast through his own books and a book about him by devotees who truly understand his mission and live up to it. Much of what we do is not simple Vaishnavism, but delivered to suit the time and place by Srila Prabhupada. Reference 973, Satswarupa Dasa Goswami, ISKCON in the 1970s, page 501. Gradually, there will be many generations between Srila Prabhupada and his future followers, but his words will continue to be the main guiding principle of all ISKCON members. Devotees will be recognized as bona fide to the extent that they are linked with Srila Prabhupada by understanding and practicing his teachings. In 1994, the GBC passed a resolution defining Srila Prabhupada's position as ISKCON founder Acharya. That the following statement be accepted as ISKCON's statement about the founder Acharya. To fulfill the previous Acharya's desire for a united worldwide preaching organization to expand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, Srila Prabhupada founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness as a distinct branch of the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Therefore, he is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. 1. Srila Prabhupada is the foundational Siksha Guru for all ISKCON devotees because he has realized and presented the teachings of the previous Acharyas of the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya appropriately for the modern age. 2. Srila Prabhupada's instructions are the essential teachings for every ISKCON devotee. 3. Srila Prabhupada's books are the embodiment of his teachings and should be accepted as the standard by all future generations of ISKCON. 4. Srila Prabhupada should be worshipped daily by every ISKCON member. 5. Every ISKCON spiritual master is responsible to guide his disciples to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions. 6. As founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada gave directions for management, principles of cooperation, and other practical guidelines which form the basis and inspiration for ISKCON's policies. 7. Srila Prabhupada established the governing body commission to execute his will following the order of the previous Acharyas. Lokanath Swami's realization about the title Founder Acharya. If we consider the bright future that awaits the Krishna consciousness movement as per the predictions of the scriptures, we may rather see the title of ISKCON Founder Acharya as the most appropriate one for Srila Prabhupada. The present times are just the beginning years of ISKCON. The society is only 30 years old and our ISKCON universe is not so vast yet. But as ISKCON keeps growing more and more over the next hundreds and thousands of years, and the Sankirtana movement reaches every town and village, Srila Prabhupada's fame as ISKCON founder Acharya will prevail all over the world. Vaishnavas are famous as Paradukha Dukhi. As the preaching increases, his fame will increase unlimitedly. Reference 974, Loknath Swami, Sri Vyasa Puja, 1996, Introduction. Reference 975. Although Srila Prabhupada emphasized his position as the founder Acharya of ISKCON, he never stated that he would be the last Acharya or that all revelation had finished with him, as followers of Ritvik Vada claim, thus casting Srila Prabhupada in a role like that of Muhammad in relation to Islam, the last prophet.
Yes, Yes, this is very, very important. Maharaj wrote it here in the footnote. I was just thinking where Maharaj is right. I was just waiting. Where is it? So it came here. Yes. Okay, we are entering the next chapter. Just wait, Prabhu. I will see the time and do it. What is the time? 8:11. Okay. Okay, we can read one more two paragraphs. Thank you, Prabhu. Shyam Sundar Prabhu.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Prabhu.
much. Thank you. Paramatmananda Prabhu, please continue to read, Prabhu, fast.
Hare Krishna बोलो।
Ache, ache. Acha. Yes, Prabhu.
हाँ, two goals
Apna
and
please.
strategies. Okay, goals and strategies. 7 prime
Chapter,
purposes.
yes, chapter 2.
Chapter 2, goals and strategies. 7 prime purposes of ISKCON. The 7 purposes of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, stated within ISKCON's Articles of Incorporation in 1966, are:
Slow, Prabhu, no problem, slow.
number 1, to systematically propagate spiritual knowledge to society at large and to educate all pupils in the techniques of spiritual life in order to check the imbalance of values in life and to achieve real unity and peace in the world. Number 2, to, to propagate a consciousness of Krishna as it is revealed in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Number 3, to bring the members of the society together with each other and nearer to Krishna, the prime entity, thus to develop the idea within the members and humanity at large that each soul is part and parcel of the quality of Godhead Krishna. Number 4, to teach and encourage the Sankirtana movement, congregational chanting of the holy name of God as revealed in the teachings of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Number 5, to erect for the members and for society at large a holy place of transcendental pastimes dedicated to the personality of God, personality of Krishna. Number 6, to bring the members closer together for the purpose of teaching a simpler and more natural way of life. Number 7, with a view toward achieving the aforementioned purposes, to publish and distribute the periodicals, magazines, books, and other writings. In their practical application, several of these purposes overlap. The various other purposes for ISKCON that Srila Prabhupada subsequently stated in his writings, lectures, conversations, and so forth, as cited throughout this book, may all be understood as subsets of these 7 prime purposes, among which the second and fourth in this list form the essence and subsume all the other purposes. In a nutshell, this institution means to give everyone the chance to do these 4 things. Manmana bhava mad bhakto mad jaji mam namaskuru. Bhagavad Gita 18.65. Reference 976. Lecture 25th May 1976.
Yeah, we can
Manifest.
read this completely. It's manifesto of the Krishna consciousness movement based on Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, this is just good page. Okay, I'll ask you. Whether you want me to stop or continue with this, Mataji's, Prabhuji's?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranamam.
Yes.
Prabhuji, we are not getting chance to read. It's been a week almost.
Oh, Mataji, the thing is, devotees, some devotees said to me that you are a brahmachari, so that only Prabhuji's
Oh,
read. So that is the
oh,
thing I am hesitating. Otherwise, I don't have anything to do. Some devotees, it's
Oh,
not a
okay,
complaint
okay.
like thing, but
Ah,
they were so that's the thing. Otherwise, I was again and again
oh,
requesting Prabhuji, Mataji to read. It's nothing but uh, because that's the thing. Otherwise,
okay. Then, with your permission, if the Matajis in this group are interested, we will form a separate group. We will read ourselves, Matajis. With your permission, if you could,
I don't have
Mataji
anything to
here.
do. Okay. Um, Actually, I wanted to ask Maharaj regarding this, so somehow I didn't ask. So, anyhow, we will. I will actually. I got this, and I will come back to you, Mataji and Mataji's
Okay, Prabhu.
regarding this. Uh, let
Okay,
me
Prabhuji.
ask devotees on Maharaj on this, and then
Yes,
come back to you. There is
yes,
nothing
Prabhuji.
that is
Please.
nothing against you all, your mothers, but what to do? I am brahmachari, so I should be.
Fine. No problem. No problem, Prabhuji. No. As Maharaj says, we will just follow his instructions. That's it. So we'll wait for your instruction. Okay. Then, if possible, maybe Mataji's, we will have separate group to read.
No problem.
I here local some Matajis, I told them, but none of them are interested. I told
Yes,
them
ma'am.
once or
Actually,
twice.
it's difficult to organize. It needs all these things to organize. So that's why we are doing it in very it takes a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of these
Ah,
things, and to do all these things. So better we will read. I will ask and can get back to you. If Maharaj says yes, everybody can read, then it's fine
ah,
because I never asked Maharaj all these things. Last time when
ah.
Vamshidhari Prabhu was reading, at that time he was allowing some Matajis to read. But before time when I was reading Ramayana, other books of Maharaj, somehow I never made Matajis to read. Matajis were just hearing. They need Matajis. So this is the first
Okay,
time
okay.
I allowed Matajis also to read Prabhuji's Matajis. So but that triggered something and I didn't want to unnecessarily increase it. So that's why I didn't ask all devotees. I just kept it silent. But you are again and again asking, so that's why I had to tell. Okay, Mataji, I'll come.
I never
All
knew about
Mataji.
this, but you gave the first one to me.
I gave it. That is what I'm saying. I used to previously.
Ah,
We never allowed. It's not that we never allowed because at that time Damodar Vanshidhari Prabhu was there and he is grasta. He was doing it, so I didn't had any problem. And so there is some things, Mataji, which I have to
okay.
clarify with Maharaj and
Fine,
then get
fine.
back to you. Please, please
Okay,
forgive
okay,
me.
Prabhu. No,
Please allow me.
no, Prabhuji, no, Prabhuji, no problem. Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, Mataji, Prabhuji, we will stop here. Maybe we'll continue tomorrow. The manifesto of the Krishna consciousness movement based on Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, no problem. If anybody wants to ask something, they can ask right away. Otherwise, we'll stop here. I didn't get the video still now. I don't know.
Hare
At
Krishna
least sing it.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji. Because Prabhuji, I just want to, I have just, previously sometime it happens like this, like that Prabhupada said that I am ISKCON or never leave ISKCON. So, so generally when some people point out some anomalies that are going presently within ISKCON, so they would say कि you are making offense like that. So they are making use of these statement of ISKCON कि I am ISKCON to be to as a mechanism to continue with their
Mm. Nothing can be done, Prabhu. So when organization becomes very big and huge, so many things, as Maharaj says, so many interpretations, modifications, interpretations. Everybody has their own ideas about how to do, what to do. Actually, this particular book, Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada, actually satisfies that particular thing. I remember actually I wanted to tell this in Vyasa Puja when they tell me to introduce the book and then make this point, this particular thing. There was one instance where one of our devotees visited one of the centers in, I don't want to say the center, neither the people or anything like that, the devotees over there. So, of course, our God brothers visited one of the center. Then there, one of the brahmachari told, "Hey, how are you here? Uh, how you are here like that?" And then they told, "Your understanding of Prabhupada and our understanding of Prabhupada is different." Actually, nowadays this is going on.
Yes, true.
Actually, for that to give a full stop period to that, Maharaj actually, in nonsense, I was the first, like, very overwhelmed when I was reading all these sessions. I was again and again thinking on this. People think that their understanding of Prabhupada and Maharaj's understanding of Prabhupada, each and everybody has their own understanding of Prabhupada, and we can do whatever we want to do because it's all Prabhupada's understanding, and everybody, Prabhupada and Krishna manifests in different ways, whatever they want to do. That may be right in one sense, but we have to clarify it at every step with other devotees, with Guru Sadhu Shastra. Otherwise, it will end up in Vaishnava edition of Ramakrishna. So the problem is, this is the thing. Otherwise, how nowadays nobody talks about. If you are talking about against whatever things are going on, they will put you in the bag on offense. They will put you in the box of an offense, and then actually Maharaj is also very careful. Maharaj nowadays I think the lectures in Tbilisi in Georgia. And before that, in Croatia, Maharaj gave some lectures in which particularly this point came. And Maharaj told that devotees should be very careful not to, because I point out some mistakes, but devotees should be careful not to point out the things which are going on, because of that, they might fall down also. So Maharaj is careful not to do that but what to do? He has to do it as the guru, as a senior sannyasi, proper disciple. But we should tolerate, I think. Otherwise, unnecessarily we will. Like sometimes I also do that. So many devotees they do so many things, and I put it, but this is not good for our Krishna consciousness. That's why better we possibly concentrate on our positive things. And otherwise, what is happening is by telling again and again those all things that they are doing like this, but it it comes to us and it becomes a great problem for us to continue in Krishna consciousness. And there is because see, it's difficult to keep up with the standards with the whole mass of devotees. So it's like that. Like for example, as far as prasadam is concerned, we know prasadam means it's cooked by devotees, offered to Krishna by devotees, and served by devotees with love. But it's not happens every time, many times. In Govindas, this, that, and all. But nowadays, even taking chas, that means even taking buttermilk. Everybody drinks from Amul buttermilk. They go to buy chips or cornflakes or papad, papdi, everything from outside, just fry and put it. We should not do that. We should not offer that. We should, in my house, I remember we never used to purchase. I didn't know what is meant by papad outside. Lijjat papad, I know that used to come a strange kind of bunny advertisement of Lijjat papad in 1990s, 80s. But we never purchased legit papad in outside. My mother, every time she used to make many different varieties of papads used to fry. We never purchased. But coming to Krishna consciousness, how you can purchase? It is going on. How you can tell that it is wrong? This is what is going on. Nothing can be done. They purchase outside these big packets of this one. But in Brahmacharya Ashram, it is also going on. Every place it is going on. Who will say no for that? But what can be done? If we therapy. But in some places it is going on more, and some places it is going on less. But it is going on. Even Guru Maharaj centers, it is going on. I did not say where and all, but it is going on. People are purchasing chas from outside, buttermilk from outside. They are purchasing. It's going on. There is nobody to purchase, nobody to do 1 hour it takes to churn the curd out of, to get the buttermilk. 1 hour, at least it will take an hour. Whole thing, whole process, more than an hour. I don't know if you know. So I don't know with Mataji's nowadays nobody knows about how to make butter also. Get butter and buttermilk. Many Matajis know here. But I'm saying these all things are going on, but I cannot say. If I point out, you will be even within Guru Maharaj circle also it is like that. I don't have any say. I am very small person and I should shut my mouth and then do whatever I should do. That's the thing. Right.
Hare Krishna.
So essence is do in your own circle whatever you can do to get the things right as much as possible, and others just tolerate it. Intolerance leads to problems. Just like anyhow, there's so much can be spoken.
Thank you,
So much
Guru.
prasadam is thrown in many of the centers. They just throw prasadam everywhere. They just throw so many places. In Vrindavan you go, Mayapur you go to Juhu temple. So much is you can see. Kudadan में इतना सारा प्रसादम है. कहाँ से? Delhi. Oh, so much prasadam is thrown. Chapatis are thrown. Everything is thrown. So who can stop? Who can do? I am not any the person authority to tell. I can only say that we have to just tolerate and do whatever we can do. That's all. Hare Krishna.
Guruji, thank you. Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna. Sorry if I would have told some things which is not my adhikar. Okay, anyhow, we'll stop here. We will meet tomorrow. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Zalal Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Krishna Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Pranam.